Once upon a time in the sunny town of Peppaville, Peppa Pig and her little brother George were excited about a wonderful day ahead. The skies were clear, and that meant only one thing. It was perfect weather for jumping in muddy puddles. "Come on, George. Let's go find the biggest puddle ever." Peppa squealed with joy, her tiny snout twitching with excitement. George, clutching his favorite dinosaur toy, nodded eagerly. "Dinosaur roar," he chimed in agreement, ready to set off on their adventure. Mama Pig waved them off from the front porch, reminding them, "Remember to wear your boots, Peppa and George. It's going to be muddy." As they trotted along the winding path, Peppa and George chatted about their recent kindergarten class, comparing their drawings and recounting funny stories that made them giggle. Suddenly, Peppa stopped in her tracks. "Look, George, a puddle pool," she exclaimed, pointing at a giant muddy puddle. It shimmered in the sunlight like a chocolate pool, and it was the largest they had ever seen. George's eyes widened in amazement.
Wow.
"Big puddle," he clapped his hands, dropping his dinosaur toy accidentally into the muddy water. Peppa carefully crept towards the edge of the puddle, her boots squelching in the soft earth. "Ready, steady, go," she shouted and leapt into the middle of the puddle with a hefty splash. George followed suit, his little legs carrying him behind his sister. Splash went the water as he landed next to Peppa, sending muddy droplets flying everywhere. For a moment, both siblings lay sprawled in the puddle, giggling uncontrollably, their pink skin now coated in deliciously wet mud. "This is the best puddle ever," Peppa declared happily. But their joyous splashing soon turned into a curious investigation. "Look, George," Peppa pointed out as she found a wiggly worm making its way through the mud. They watched it, fascinated by its movements, making up stories about its little wormy adventures. Just then, they heard footsteps approaching. It was their friend Susie Sheep, who had come to see what all the fun was about. "Can I join?" Susie asked, twirling with excitement. "Of course, Susie," Peppa beamed. "The more the merrier." Soon the puddle pool was filled with giggles and splashes from Peppa, George, Susie, and a few other friends who came by, each adding to the joy of the puddle jumping extravaganza. As the sun began to dip low in the sky, Mama Pig's call echoed through the field. "Peppa, George, it's time to come home. Dinner is almost ready." Reluctantly, the little piggies waved goodbye to their friends, promising more muddy adventures for another day. Covered in mud and utterly content, they returned home with memories of their best puddle adventure yet.